Now I do not have my laptop today. Um, so I'm trying to iPad this thing. Live
iPad.
live chat. iPad this thing. You got to mute that for sure.
Oh,
Uh,
there it is.
what's up, everybody? We should be kicking.
Dang, Paul's in here quick.
um, let's get this. I need to mute this thing too. Gotta mute that for sure. Okay, how do I do that? What's up, everybody? Buttons. There we go. Okay. All right, that should be handled.
Happy
Now, how do I
Monday.
get the live chat back? There we go. Live chat. It's on live chat. Okay. Now my setup is complete. Oh man, Paul says he's got nothing better to do. None of us have anything better to do. Clearly, that's why we're here.
That's what Mondays are. This is the chill and relax time now.
Yeah, yeah. My brain is on vacation mode already.
Yeah, I'm about there. I'm probably
Yeah,
actually there.
yeah. Tomorrow will be a busy day for me. Cutting and fulfilling pending orders. So, I remember a few weeks ago, I got a shipment of the wrong thickness carbon fiber,
Thick
and
stuff.
yeah, and I sent it back, and they reshipped me the proper material. Cool, no big deal. But then, not well, it would have been last week, like last Monday or whatever. I got on. It was the week prior. I got on their website, and they only had 3 sheets left. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna go ahead and order all 3 of those sheets. And I got them in the mail, and lo and behold, it was
They fit.
the same 3 sheets
No.
that I had shipped back to them. Um, and like part of me wanted to be upset because I'm like, really, seriously, you shipped me the same wrong shit again. But it's probably just a warehouse worker that received a return, in the packaging that was labeled with a part number, and he probably just threw it back on the shelf, not knowing that it was incorrect. So it's probably a lack of communication between someone in the office and the warehouse. But regardless, I received the wrong material again.
So did you ship them back 3 sheets and
Yes.
then they just happen to have 3 sheets in stock again? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. They're like, oh, all right, here you go.
Yeah. So that was unfortunate. And then they did not have any more 2 foot by 2 foot sheets of material. They had 2 foot by 18-inch pieces, which is pretty unfortunate because of the way the chassis nest together and everything. I end up losing like 2 chassis worth of material on that, just because of the size of the sheet. But
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, that material should be here first thing tomorrow morning, so I can cut and fulfill everybody's pending orders and get those all shipped out tomorrow, and then we will be clean for going to Oklahoma.
Yeah, just full disclosure, everyone. We're not gonna be shipping Thursday up to Sunday. It'll
Yeah,
probably be packaging Monday.
and shipping Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, next. That's yeah. This current weekend into next week.
Yeah.
So I don't think people will have an issue with that. But
Or if you're in the area, swing by. I'm gonna
yeah,
have plenty of stuff, so
I probably will not have a ton of stuff to sell, purely because of this delay in material.
oh
Um,
right.
I'm gonna try to cut what I can on Wednesday, um, but I'll have what I have, and if somebody needs something, um, we always kind of typically give a discount or a deal at the events or whatever. If somebody needs something or wants something, I'll just have them place the order on the website, and we'll just discount however we need to. But
Yeah. Yeah, I think at events we try and go. We've been pretty typical on like doing increments of 20 because everyone's got like a $20 bill.
yeah,
So it might be some really big discounts on some of the stuff and maybe, yeah, on other things. But
yeah, I'm gonna try to bring some skid plates with me. I should have skid plates with me, and they're like $23.99 on the website now, so they'll be $20 cash, whatever, and then
yeah,
whatever carbon chassis I bring with me, we'll make a deal on them, and if you want one I don't have, I'll just you know I
give it
can
one
ship
off
it
the
to you.
truck.
Yeah, yeah, I can ship it to you, so no big deal.
I know I've had you put some of the DSM counts low on the site. I have about 20 of them over there that I'm going to be bringing. I'll have a good
And
amount with me.
you'll only have six because I'm buying the rest of
Yeah, no kidding.
them.
Um, Shoot. Oh, and one of those patina reels, somebody actually reached out after last week's stream. He says
Okay,
he's going there and he has some worn in predator crawlers. So
I
sold.
saw that.
So
Yeah, I saw that message, so that's a
I
good thing.
have one set now. So
I,
I'm
I
not
have
good.
I have my set too, so I'll bring
Nice.
those with me just in case somebody else needs it.
Okay.
Um.
Dang, Rob's in
Uh.
here. What up,
Yeah.
Rob?
Yeah. Let me see if I can grab this sign real quick that I made for our vendor area, our booth area.
The sign's cool, man. Um, Also in the chat, if you can think of anything in particular, you want us to bring, one of our team drivers, Jason, reached out and he needs like the creeper little battery tray. I think I do have a couple of those. So if y'all want those, I can bring some of those also.
I'm shutting down my machine real quick too while I'm at it. While I'm standing up. So anyway, this sign is rather large. You won't be able to miss it in front of our booth. As our booth hours, the event schedule, and then on the back side, our little night run sign. But
Also official.
yeah, this sign is rather large. So if you tell me that you didn't see it, you're a liar.
I don't think we've had anything that official at our booth before. That looks pretty impressive.
And it's like a big steel. It's on a big base and everything. It stands about 5 feet tall, probably total. Rather large.
Jay, I'll have a bunch of shock tabs. Feel free to swing by. I'll have those and like some other stuff too. So just swing by. I think I have like a small bag of those, just probably like 50 or 60 of them.
Yeah. Paul, all of our chassis, every Brazen chassis, accepts any standard SCX patterned skid plate. So any of the Vader skids will work in the high low. So yeah, just any standard skid plate. We didn't change those dimensions to be confusing at all.
Not at all.
So today, I still haven't decided if I'm bringing the Jeep with me to Crawlapalooza or not, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to drive it or haul it down if I do bring it. But today I went through and did a butt ton of work on it. The front axle, I put chromoly shafts in, lifetime warranty chromoly shafts in, stubs and inners, with 1350 U joints, so big U joints. Inner axle seals and new hub bearings. And then in the rear, I did chromoly shafts, axle seals, wheel bearings, pads and rotors, and parking brake pads in the rear. So
That's a lot of
basically,
work.
other than the actual gears themselves, everything is everything's new. So really, once I get a set of drive shafts that don't have those fucking rubber joints in them, uh, it should be reasonably bulletproofed after I put a set of good drive shafts in it. But I still haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to bring it or if I'm going to drive it. I think probably Wednesday. I'm going to try to pack all my shit in it during the day.
And see if it fits.
Yeah, and if everything fits reasonably in the Jeep, I'll probably just drive it down. But my truck is so much nicer to drive. I don't know. It's like you plan on not trying to detonate the Jeep. Well, I want to be able to bounce it off the rev limiter and not have to think about breaking an axle shaft, is realistically what the issue is. I have left my Jeep on the side, not this Jeep, but I have left a Jeep on the side of a mountain overnight, broke his shit, and had to come back in the morning with parts. Well, come back in the next afternoon with parts to fix it because it was a wild night.
I will not be. You're going on the list of not following you at night on trail runs.
Well, yeah. So if
I'll be riding
it's
shotgun. I'll do that
yeah,
then.
it's just like any other night run where things can get out of hand very quickly. Uh, but if I drive the Jeep down there, the chances of me being anywhere remotely hard on it are basically zero because it is an 11 and a half hour drive.
Hmm.
So even if I wound it, if I don't break it, but it's wounded, that's still an 11 and a half hour drive home.
You could fly back, grab the truck and trailer, and then come back.
I can ride in the bed of Hibby's truck home. Yeah, I'm not interested in doing all that. So, yeah. The other thing is my truck has heated seats and I'm an old man with an old man back. So
That's the
I don't
hack
know.
now. Even if it's hot out, you put that heated seat on, and oh yeah.
Did I use them heated seats in that truck more than anything in the world? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't decided. I really want to bring it, but it's not the most comfortable vehicle to drive. And if I tow it there, like Rob just mentioned, the amount of time that I'm going to have to play with it probably isn't worth the extra hassle of towing it there and back.
What would the fuel economy be?
Towing it with with my Ram, probably like
Double.
10, like 11 miles to the gallon, 10 miles to the gallon
That's
versus
not as bad as I
17
think. Right.
versus
That's not
17 or 18 without.
that's not too bad.
No, but like I said, I'm going to get there on Thursday evening and unpack and hang out with you guys, and then
I need
Friday
to
we'll be
park
on.
that somewhere.
Yeah, Friday we'll be on course all day. Then we'll be at our booth till 9 p.m. on Friday night, and then Saturday night we'll do our night run, and then I leave at ass crack of dawn on Sunday morning to drive home. So realistically, the amount of time I'm gonna have with it is none.
Speaking of which, since um I didn't know that there is like a pre-registration or whatever. So tickets are shut down and it's first come first serve. If I get there early, do you want me to grab your ticket for you?
No,
I'm not
I,
looking for an excuse, but this might be one of the years where we just hang out because it's kind of fun.
so the we've talked about this, but I'm 98% sure that it's not going to sell out. He absolutely had to put a hard date on closing pre-registration because your pre-registration got you a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And so he has to have time to get t-shirts manufactured. So there has to be a date, and after that, you can't pre-register anymore. So
Yeah.
I don't, and without him saying that there's X number of spots in each class and the X number of people have
I guess
pre-registered,
open then, yeah.
yeah. Unless he says there's only 15 C1 spots left and 10 C2 spots left, then that'd be a whole different story. But
Yeah.
and the chances of him not taking our money when we get there is basically zero.
I was saying, man, I had the site up and I was like ready to punch in my card info. And I was like, oh wait, sold out. Nice.
Nah,
Like,
he'll take
hopefully.
our money when we get there. I'm not worried about it. And if he doesn't take my money when I get there, no skin off my back. I'll go play in the rocks.
Cool.
Yeah, they
Good to
said if
know.
yeah, if they said if you didn't pre-register the classes you wanted to run, you should be able to get your slots if you check in Thursday. Leaving at 1 a.m. Thursday. Yikes, you're going to be there way before me.
Where are you coming from?
Yeah. Loving my C1 Pro build so far. Jeremy just sent me pictures on Facebook of his C1 Pro build coming together. Looks pretty good. What's up, Zach? Wish you were going to Crawlpalooza. You went to Super Shafty instead.
Yeah, a lot of people storing.
Yep. Kankakee,
Oh, right on.
Illinois. If it's Kankakee, Illinois, you're probably like
10.
yeah, probably 9 to 10 hours. 9 hours, probably, I'd guess.
I would say last year, man, I was all screwed up. I left like normal time, but with that Lexus, man, I got there so much faster. I got there way early. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's a solid 11 and a half hour drive and a time change. So
no,
it
man.
only acts like 10 and a half on the way there, but it's 12 and a half on the way home.
Right.
So that's the worst part is Sunday on the way home.
For
I
me,
leave
for
there
me,
at
the
6
drive
a.m. and get home
home's
at 8.
quick. Seems quicker.
Yeah.
But going back in the dark, once that sun sets, yeah, time slows down.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, it's if I leave there at 6, well, I think last year Hibby and I left there about 7 a.m. and I got home about 9:30 p.m.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's leaving early though. I like to do a little lap of the
Yeah.
spillway before I leave.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I want to take the Jeep, but at the same time, the truck's so much more comfortable, and I don't think I'll get to play with the Jeep, so I might as well just drive in comfort instead of lifted Wrangler. But I think I'm going to beat myself up when I'm there if I just take the truck. I wish they would tell us what spillway we were playing or what we were comping in because
That'd be cool.
that could make a difference in what vehicle I wanted to take. If we're down in
Yeah,
the main spillway, the first spillway, then
truck
taking my
it.
truck is no big deal. But
Yeah,
if we're down in the second one or a third one, it'd be nice to have the Jeep down there.
yeah, yeah. I don't have to worry about scrubbing my bumpers off like last year. Now
Hmm.
I've cut about 6 inches off each end.
Yeah. It won't be
Plastic.
nearly as dangerous this time.
Yeah, whole different truck.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
nine
could,
and a half hours. Yep. That's what I figured. It's 10 after you stop for food and fuel. If you're leaving at 1 a.m., you're gonna have to stop for food for sure.
you gotta get that McGriddle.
Yeah.
The road
Or
trip breakfast of choice.
yeah. I will probably be leaving here about 6 a.m. So
Yeah, I'll shoot for that 7 or so. I think mine's like 7.5 or 8 hours. It's not too bad.
yeah. If they stick with the way it's been in the past, we should be in the rock garden or in that little bowl next to the rock garden. It seems like every other year we switch from the main spillway to the other one, which means we would be in the main spillway this time. That's why I'm trailering my truck. No idea where the comp area is gonna be, and no way I'm walking farther than needed. Well, there's really not a whole lot of walk. It doesn't matter what vehicle you bring. There's really not that much walking um, to get to the comp sites. But yeah, if you want to play, hauling a truck there's the way to go.
for sure.
What if I ordered an Amazon heated seat cover if it'd come in time?
I was so I've upgraded phones. So I got the 15 Pro and the back is titanium, so it doesn't stick to my magnet mount in my truck. It does have like that MagSafe or whatever, but that's not a
Mhm.
very strong magnet. So I had to get like a plate of metal to put inside my case for it to
Mm,
stick. I don't use the mag charger. I just plug in like an old
yeah,
person.
yeah.
for
I don't
me, it's
wireless charge either.
for me it's more useful as a GPS, and I'll just hardwire it. So like, oh, wirelessly charge, and then the charger, of course, has a plug.
Mhm.
you just you're not plugging your phone in. That's the only difference. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Get it?
My front counter at the shop, I cut in on the bottom side, I cut in a wireless charger pad.
Yeah. Oh,
So my
nice.
my shop phone stays on top of that charger pad so it stays charged. But other than that, I don't wireless charge. 30-foot RV, so I figured it's probably just easier, especially if we need to make a run. Oh, absolutely. If you're
Yeah.
taking an RV down there, you absolutely need to take some sort of a vehicle.
You're not getting out of there in an RV.
Nope.
You can get down there. Gravity helps out with that, but
Yeah, getting back
you're
out of there is the
not
hard
getting
part.
out of there.
I've got a 13.5 winch on the front of the Jeep. It might help you a little bit, but yeah, if you're driving an RV, you definitely need to take a vehicle of some kind, even if it's just a four wheeler or something. But because you can ride
Yeah.
four wheeler down the side of the road down there, but if you are, you're taking your stuff down to the comp sites and whatever, you're gonna need more than just a four wheeler.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I feel like I really hope this week's gonna fly by, but I really hope it doesn't drag because I'm like anticipating this.
Today went by pretty quick for me, but I was working on the Jeep all day, so um, yeah, trying to
Mhm.
had to slide hammer hub bearings and shit out and whatever. That's why I ordered
It's
everything all brand new before I
all
started.
pressing
Yeah.
bearings on those.
Well, it's like a 3-bolt flange hub bearing, unit bearing,
Okay.
but but I'm in northern Indiana and the Jeep came from northern Ohio, so it's not like a Texas Jeep.
Yeah.
So it did take a little slide hammer action to get that shit apart. But again, that's why I bought everything brand new before I started on it so that I had everything brand new to put it together with.
Yeah. That's smart.
And I just, and I seized the hell out of everything as I put it back together, and hopefully I won't have to worry about it.
That's the experience that shows.
Yeah. Yep, I've had my fair share of tear it apart, realize you need something else, put it all the way back together, tear it
Then you're
back apart.
st- then you're stuck.
Yeah, yeah. That's the nice thing about having two vehicles, though, is that even if something dumb did happen, I still have my truck.
Yeah. That was another reason I was like, man, I can't do the Land Cruiser anymore, man, because it's like too big of a liability. The last road trip up north, even just the alternator, man, something you can't predict, just dying out like that.
Yeah,
And then
that's
we're
when you that's
stuck
when you
in,
came up here, didn't it?
yeah. Then that put us a day behind because like you're not in Podunk little town, they're not gonna have a 96 Land Cruiser
Yeah,
alternator.
right.
So that put us a day behind. I was like, man, I think the long trips like that, the liability or margin for stuff like that to happen is just increasing. So
Yeah, I
at this
agree.
time,
I agree. I don't, not that my Jeep's not unreliable. But my truck is not. Uh-oh, you just disappeared.
Yeah, someone tried calling me.
Oh, freaking great.
I might come
We're
back.
still have audio. Anyway, the Jeep's not unreliable, and neither is the truck. But the truck has 237,000 miles on it. So
Hmm.
let me. Why don't you go ahead and exit, and then I'll see if. I think last time you just got out and got back in, didn't you?
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
able to
so.
just add you back.
I'll try that.
Yeah. Yeah. It says guest left. So we'll wait for him to click back. There he is. Hey, now you're back.
I'm back.
It wouldn't be a Monday live stream without something stupid.
A little technical difficulty.
Yeah. Now there's an echo though. We'll see if it keeps echoing. Nope, didn't echo that time.
Good deal.
Did either of you get pink VP 10T housings? I did not. I looked at them. If I bought them, it wouldn't be something that I ran though. Like
the problem. I'm a user abuser.
I will absolutely
I don't-
buy. I'll absolutely buy the pink wheels and run them, but buying pink housings and running them, they will look absolutely atrocious after 3 or 4 hours. So either that or they could look really damn good Warren, but I don't think they will. So I didn't purchase them purely because I didn't want to see them sit on a shelf. It's a lot of money for me to sit on a shelf.
Yeah. I try to I don't know. I use everything I have. I don't really set stuff aside. Speaking of which, I think I'm gonna bring the FJ40. I think I'm gonna put it up for sale at Crawlpalooza. It just doesn't get the runtime it needs.
Yeah. Speaking of those, what's up with the hate on Rusties? I didn't see any hate on Rusties. I'm assuming you're talking about Rusty's Customs, the anodizing and Cerakote guy. I don't know of any issue with him. I didn't see it if there was any issue. Everything I've ever seen from him looked really good. So, I did hear a couple of people that had issues with. Well, I don't think that people actually had issues with Cerakote, but I think that there were some people that didn't understand what Cerakote is, because Cerakote basically is paint, and I think people thought that it was going to be more durable than it is. But Cerakote is not durable for scratch resistance at all. It's great for heat resistance, but not for scratch resistance. So I think some people probably were expecting anodizing or powder coat and got Cerakote.
Expectations up here.
Yeah, he got lit up on the Bad RC page. Huh. I'll have to go. I'm not in any of those good, good bad feedback review pages. So I don't see any of that. What I saw was he had people's money and wasn't getting their product done, and he wasn't responding. I'm pretty sure that got worked out. I mean, if you get behind, man, people get behind on stuff. People get busy, and that's fine. But you have to communicate. But also, people need to understand that the more and more and more you message somebody about something, the further and further behind they get too. So,
Yeah.
but if you have a specific timeline and you're 2x that timeline, you need to answer questions about why you're 2x behind that timeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, communication is the biggest thing. You absolutely have to message people back. Absolutely have to. Yeah, he was ghosting. Yeah. I'm sure people will get their shit. I'm sure he'll get them done, and I'm sure it'll look great. But yeah, you got to communicate.
Just
I don't
want to try to
personally
avoid
have.
getting that kind of reputation.
Yeah, I don't personally have anything at Rusty's, so I don't.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Yeah. People are impatient. They order something and want it yesterday. That's exactly what happens. And the other thing that I see a lot in this hobby is um, when companies do pre-orders, people don't pay attention. Either they don't pay attention to the fact that it's a pre-order, or they think that it's like a pre-order and it's going to ship in the next day or two. Um, and there are some companies in the hobby that when they receive an order, they will print a shipping label, and that will give people false pretenses as to, oh man, I placed my pre-order 2 days ago and I just got a shipping label. Sweet, I just got tracking. Sweet. Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's shipped. It just means that they printed a shipping label. It's not in their queue in their system anymore. Which we don't do that. I would much rather leave the order in the queue so I can see it rather than print the shipping label and give you false hope that your product's coming sooner than it's supposed to.
Right.
So yeah, it's over Ripper parts that he sold of someone's. If you if you sold someone's parts, that's a big problem. If that's actually what happened. Yeah, I hope it all worked out. A couple of guys had a lot of money being held with no results, so I get them being pissed. And nothing spreads faster than bad news. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, once you start mentioning Ripper parts, I'm like, oh boy, I wouldn't even want that responsibility.
Yes. Speaking of Ripper, Vanquish was on their live stream 2 weeks ago and confirmed a Ripper 2.0. So that'd be
You're
cool.
getting
If I have the opportunity to, yes, absolutely, I will get a Ripper 2.0.
What was the original MSRP on those? Like,
$1,500.
I was gonna say 1,500.
It was five hundred
Pretty good
dollars.
deal.
Yeah, it was $500. Not it was a $500 deposit, and you picked your colors, and then
That's right.
when it was complete, you owed the balance of the $1,000 balance. I think that's what it was anyway. But yeah, they were like $1,500, and I think once the Ripper twos come out, the original Ripper values are probably going to go down, uh, probably fairly significantly, because realistically, the original Ripper is a 10.2. Yes, all the machining is what makes it a Ripper, but it's on a 10.2 chassis,
Yeah.
where a Ripper 2 will be more than likely on a VS410 chassis, which is a much more current platform with current axles and current parts availability.
Yeah.
So the longer and longer people hang on to these original Rippers, thinking they're going to still be worth $6,000 to $10,000, probably going to come down a couple of grand, I would assume.
They're still making that money.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I haven't seen any $10,000 Rippers in the last 6 months either. They're all in the $7,500 range now. So
Still
they are
making
coming
that
down
money.
already. Yeah, people don't have COVID money anymore, so the values are coming, or prices are coming down.
Yeah. Hey, someone buy this. I've got to buy my kid's first car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I've got $14,000 in my 1-to-1 JK, so for an extra four
Yeah.
grand instead of an RC car, I can have a 1-to-1. I'll take the 1-to-1.
Yeah.
But even if the Ripper 2.0 comes in at 2 grand, 2,500 bucks, if it's a roller, I probably would still be in. 4 to 5K, but more complete. You're gonna lose me there.
Yeah, man.
But
There's no way. There's no way.
yeah, it would have to be a high end RTR, I think, to get that out of it. I think, well, maybe I'm wrong, but um, I think people are nuts paying 10 grand for the original Rippers, but it's not my money. So
It's just like the lore.
yeah, I'm at 3K.
Guys, you gotta
Maybe.
stop telling them this. They're probably watching. They're like, "Oh wait, we're gonna
Josh
put it
is
up for 1,500. This
yeah, Josh
everyone
is
here
driving
is
home.
in at 2 to 3."
Josh is driving home from work right now listening to the stream. He hasn't chimed in, but he's probably listening. Don't tell him. Christ.
He's like, "Man, we're gonna go way too cheap on that. We gotta, we gotta have a conference in the morning."
Yeah, they asked on the live stream. I think I remember them asking, but are they really that badass? I've never seen one in person. I feel like I'd rather throw money at a Metal Masher body. So the nice thing about the Ripper is that it will hold up way better than a Metal Masher body. Even if you used it, it will hold up way better than a Metal Masher will. And the fact that it comes from a 40 plus pound chunk of aluminum makes it super cool. The downside, in my opinion, to the original Ripper was that it's just on a 10.2 chassis. It's a bolt-on cage and body for a 10.2. So
Yeah.
you're kind of locked into that platform because of the way everything is mounted. The Ripper 2 is still a concept, not developed yet. It's work in progress. Yeah, but they've confirmed that it's a work in progress, where we've been told for the last 3 years that they're never doing it again. So, the fact that they admitted it's a work in progress means they've been working on it for at least a year.
Speaking of like low batch special stuff, I think we should kind of get our bearings and start on our decade project, because that'll be coming up quick.
This decade project.
Well, that one is about a decade old, yeah. But
Yeah,
I got
I
some other
agree.
things in mind. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we definitely need to start on that pretty soon.
Hammer out
Definitely need to
some
get going on that.
details.
I think I'll bring this with us to Crawlapalooza just to have it on the table again, just because of how impressively light it is. I'm curious. This is a 1 point. Damn it! I'm not gonna. I was curious whether this rear standoff, this rear spacer, weighs the same as a frame rail does. I'm gonna measure. I'm gonna weigh this. Hang
Hey,
on.
we got to do that trick where you pass it off screen.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I
This
got.
actually, even though these braces are like 25% infill, this thing's super rigid.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this shock hoop off and remove one frame rail and this rear aluminum spacer, because I feel like this rear spacer probably weighs nearly as much as a whole frame rail does. But he had a Ripper, impressive machining, but yeah, it was designed as a bolt-on 10.1, 10.2 chassis. Yeah, that was my issue with it. Just
Did
do
you
it.
hear my dog?
Yeah.
Baird, only I can do that.
He growled at you.
No, he does the.
Yeah.
He's dramatic.
Ooh, damn.
Oh my god. Are you
Rounded off
alive?
the head of a screw. So now I gotta use vice grips. Okay, I'm gonna go weigh this aluminum standoff and this aluminum frame rail.
Can you see that fit and finish on there?
You want ounces or grams?
I'm not really a drug dealer, so I prefer ounces. Or wait, I guess I don't know.
We'll go with grams. So One chassis spacer weighs 5 grams, and the entire frame rail weighs 30 grams.
Dang, it sounds like Pearl Harbor over here.
Yeah, it does. So it is a significant difference, but feeling it in your hand, it does not feel nearly that significant. For reference, a carbon fiber high-low, carbon fibre high-low rail weighs 29 grams. So this aluminum frame rail weighs like 2 grams more than a carbon fiber high-low rail. Pretty wild.
I wonder if
You wonder if how much does the CNC weigh? The lathe weighs about 16,000 pounds. It holds the concrete down real well.
you're all right, so I do have. I wonder if this will even pull up anymore. Oh, come on. No. I'm gonna email you that file since I've been saying I was gonna do it and then haven't.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive for the extra material. Yeah, this is it's a machined C channel billet aluminum 6061 aluminum C channel rail. So yeah, it is impressively light. It doesn't weigh a damn thing. I could probably frisbee this through the phone and hit Wesley in the head with it. So you're emailing me the the DXF for that then? If it'll is your Fusion still fucked up?
I don't think so. No, there's an update. I could open this file and make sure it's even right, even though I already just sent it.
I'll open it later. I don't have my laptop tonight, so. Ooh, aircraft grade swanky. Yeah, something like that. Sorry, I missed it. What's the C channel for? This C channel was a prototype that Wesley and I worked on. Was this before the ATL came out, or was this?
It was before. I think.
No, it was after the ATL, but before the V2, because it's original ATL belly.
Okay.
And it uses the ATL dual servo mount. So this is probably 4 years
that file's
old.
dated for 19, so that was
it's 4 years old. No, yeah, 19. 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, it's probably 19 Crawlapaloozas when I brought those to you. So October of 19 was when we prototyped this. Yeah.
The belly is pretty wild nowadays.
Yeah. So it was ATL based, 10-2. Yeah. It was just a prototype. We planned on doing a batch of them, but it just didn't. We never finished the brace kits, and we moved on with furthering the design of the flat rail chassis, and then never went back to the C channel project.
I think there was lingering. I think there's lingering rules that were kind of like accelerating this program,
There
but
were there were rumored rules that accelerated what we were doing with this, but then those rules did not come to fruition. At one point, there was talks of having to have a C-channel chassis in Class 1, and it never came about. So
I think this is when I first was trying to do the TGH forward motor mount bolt pattern because it's
that is
incredibly wrong.
why my personal one is milled out from
Okay.
trying to put that in there.
I was just looking at that and I was like, that is incredibly wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, or you could do that. Yeah, that's how we want to do it right there.
Yeah.
Motor on top.
Yeah. Curious how long of a chassis you can make. Can you make rails 24-inch long for an XL wheelbase build? If you want aluminum or steel, we can do 8 feet long if you wanted to. It's just a matter of shipping it to you.
We've done 56 inches, I believe.
Yeah, if you want carbon, it would be a maximum of 24 inches tip to tip because that's the material I order. The machine's capable of doing larger, but that's the biggest material I typically order. So, short of buying a custom or buying a special piece of material and modifying my fixturing on the router, yeah, we could have laser cut aluminum or steel for you no matter what size. But Salt Pond RC, what's going on? Thanks for joining us tonight. We've already had our Monday night video feed issues, so you should be good. We should be good from now on. Should be a seamless stream.
I got that file I sent you should work, but I'm gonna actually do a couple alterations to it after the stream.
Well, resend it after that then, turd. We're gonna have to talk this weekend for sure. Then have a cool idea I've been tossing around. Yeah, we'll be at our booth from 5 to 9 Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night we'll have pizza, and
Dude,
Saturday night after 9 p.m. we'll go out for a night run.
should we bombard that pizza joint again? Like, hey, we want 8 pizzas now.
Yeah, I think last year, what did we get? Six pizzas or
I
something
think
last year, I think.
6, yeah.
Yeah. And that seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't handle 6 pizzas, I don't know if you should be a pizza joint.
Right. We could crash a Mexican place and have them just make like 200 tacos.
I do get pretty good tacos already, so I'll be judging you.
Yeah. Yeah, well probably 6 or 8 pizzas again, and so Friday night we'll have pizzas at our booth so everything that we're doing is during the awards and raffles and banquets and whatever. So it's more of just a hangout, eat a slice of pizza, bullshit talk with us while we're listening to the guys do their thing at the I don't know, the event organization people do their thing. And then Saturday night after all that's done, we'll go out and do a night run. We might even do a night run on Friday night too. We'll see.
Yeah, we can take a vote, or we can just tell people to bring their trucks over, and Jason himself will tune them for him.
That's a bad idea. Jason will slop every rod end out and make it loosey goosey. So speaking of everything loose, my Techno 8-scale buggy, like everything on that thing is sloppy. Just
Already?
It's worse, dude.
Or
It's worse than Jason's trucks. I bought it used, so
okay,
it is what it is. But I also have probably, I don't know, 20 to 30 hours on it. So I mean, I've used it quite a bit, but everything is sloppy on it. And I was talking to an actual Team Techno guy at the hobby shop, and he was like, "Oh." I was telling him how sloppy it is. He was like, "Oh no, that's the Techno slop. That's the Go Fast slop. Just leave it alone." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Loose is fast. That's the Techno slop. Just leave it." I'm like, "Okay."
Did the
But
guy use
like
the drag race? Because that's what drag racers say. It runs the best right
yeah,
before grenades.
right before it blows up. Yeah, I mean, like it's just like you take the rear carrier, you can move the rear
Oh,
carrier
nice.
like 2 millimeters almost on
What the
each.
problem is, you put Traxxas rod ends, and that clearly accepts VP rod ends.
Yeah, like the steering's pretty sloppy. The suspension's good. There's nothing sloppy in the suspension. Just the all the rod ends are getting sloppy, and the drive cups on the axle shafts are getting pretty sloppy. It's quite a bit.
Normal.
Yeah, I know it's quite a bit, but they told me to leave it alone, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I was running the fastest lap times I've ever ran with it the last time I had it on the track, so it seems to be working. Sloppy is fast, apparently. Like there's a difference between loose and sloppy, and it's borderline sloppy. But whatever. That's how all of Jason's comp trucks are. All of his rod ends are all clapped out and rattling, and you pick his truck up and it just goes chink 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 chink. He
It's
says he
also
changed.
12 pounds.
Yeah, he says he changed all his rod ends this year though, so we'll see.
We'll be the judge of that. Changed them out to his old ones.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, this one's not so bad. I'll keep it.
he,
I'll reuse it.
he was. I saw him snap a VP brass ball into a rod end one time, and it just like clicked in. It didn't snap in. It just went like like he pushed it in with his thumb. I'm like, what? You can't do that. That's not okay. Oh well. Some people like it loose and sloppy. Others like it tight and clean. There's so many ways somebody could interpret that comment. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it was the fastest it's ever been, just like that. So I'm gonna leave it alone.
Run it.
Yep. Just gonna run it. So are you going to show people your truck tonight, or are you gonna wait till Crawlapalooza?
I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I don't know if it's like have a
Top
crazy
secret cool.
unveiling. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like that cool, but it's cool. I don't know. What do the people want? Do people want to see the truck I'm gonna take to Crawlapalooza? I mean, you saw
You
it
guys
as a
you guys have
body.
seen yeah, you guys have seen the body, and you know it's a high-low, but I did a custom wrap, and I did not show Wesley the wrap before I sent it to him.
That was a pretty. Actually, so the package got here lightning fast.
Harley says, "Get out the smoke machine and unveil it."
the No, I don't know if it's that awesome, but it's pretty cool. All right, I guess I'll grab it.
Looks like everybody wants to see it.
Let me I just took the battery out. Let's see.
Are you gonna turn the lights on?
I'm plugging the fogger in, man.
Yeah, plugging in the fog machine. Not everyone has the luxury of going to Crawlapalooza. I know.
Even Bear was sad. Did you hear that? I went with the same uh same mounts as the Jelly Bean, kind of like bolt clip in on the side.
Yeah.
All right. So here she is.
You didn't turn the lights on.
It's a clicker.
You put the battery in just to turn the lights on, and then you didn't turn the lights on. There it is.
You're ruining my dramatic effect. I wasn't quite there yet, man.
Oh, my bad. It's got the brazen pattern that's on the backside of that's in the background of our sticker sheets
Yeah,
across the
all
front,
throughout the
across the
top.
hood.
Also, first time rapping. Not too bad. I don't think I bombarded you too much with questions,
Nope.
but I was a bit nervous. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna ruin this entirely." There's some wrinkles, but man, you're like what you were saying. You're just gonna get pounded up on the rocks anyway, so
Yep.
it is what it is. There's a couple things. I think like in the back seat, I gotta do some foam, but I got that craft foam on the way in there. Um, might do something else with the seats, kind of give them some weathering. It's too clean in there, so I don't know. But yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That frame I had you cut, I actually had to take off the rear, just the rear holes to fit my little pivot in there. The little hinge guy. I don't think it'll show through,
Well, I
but
cut it to the dimensions you wanted, so
yeah, no. So the extra, keeping the pattern of the extra holes kept it like super adjustable, so I could kind of cut and shorten it as needed.
yeah.
Although Brett is the guy that I request G10, and then he gives me carbon fiber, so cutting an inch off the back of the frame was entirely painful for me to watch. I was like, "Oh god, here we go, cutting the carbon fiber."
I do it every day.
G10, I'll be like, "Ah, whatever."
Well, the
Carbon
issue I
fiber.
had was I only have enough G10 to cut one frame rail. I've taken all the G10 chassis off the site because it just wasn't selling anymore, and I wasn't going to stock G10 for the off chance that someone purchased one. So I just removed the option from the site. So I only have just what's left of one sheet of G10 left on the shelf. So, and it was only enough to do one rail.
The
So short of buying another 90 to $120 sheet of G10 to cut one chassis, I decided to just do carbon.
the integrated pods in the factory headlights, I think, are pretty slick, man.
Those are
Those
the
turned out pretty
VP.
good.
Those are the VP lights.
No, these are my buddy Jonathan had these sitting in a drawer, and he's like, "Would those fit in there?" And I was like, "Let's get the, let's start hogging out the hole." But
I've got a VS410 light kit. I think we talked about this last time. I got a VS410 light kit in one of the bins over on the other workbench that I should probably take with me.
but
Josh is smiling at the sound of craft foam. Yep, so am I.
craft foam. The bed turned out pretty good. I didn't do. It's a bed. I didn't
I,
cover up really the 3D printed like lines or anything. I'm not too worried about it.
it's the same way my class 1 bed is too. It's fine. Surprised since your G10 is insanely strong and flexible. Sure glad I got a couple of you still had them. Yeah, so personally, I like G10. I prefer it over carbon myself, but for some reason over the last 3 years, people have gotten exponentially more bougie, and everybody wants carbon fiber just purely for the look. I think I think people still think carbon is exotic, so they want carbon, but it's not. I'm fancy now, but I did buy some craft foam today. Yeah, you just do all your 3D printing and molding and all that fanciness.
I still have a little bit of leftover.
Yeah, I tried to send you more than I thought you were gonna need.
You sent the perfect amount. This is what I have left of the other stuff. Just little angled stripes.
Cool.
So yeah, no, worked out.
I
Gave me
wanted to
something to
try
do.
to keep the big brazen logo on the side really big. I knew it was gonna go through the windows and it was gonna chop off
Oh
most of
yeah,
it, but I just like that look because everybody knows what the logo is. So
yeah.
everybody who knows who you are knows what the logo is. So I wanted
Actually,
to.
this is one of the first like actual full. Like most of my trucks have like some sort of OEM paint job. So this is my first like dedicated brazen color truck. Like I've had purple
Yeah,
trucks, but not like a fancy, cool.
Right.
So yeah, no, it looks cool.
I like it.
It'll look cooler with those crawlers on there.
And then I'll run those trenchers for class 2 for my truck.
Yeah, tear it up. They're broken, man. They're actually pretty good. The one I need to I don't vent stuff because I'll run water, but I need to crack the bead on two of these tires because they still have that like suction from Rocky Mountain
Oh,
from
just
like
poke a
the
hole in the
altitude
tire.
and stuff.
Just vent the tire. Even if you're running water, just vent the tire, let it run. Put a set of good foams in it and vent the tire and let it ride.
Let it run. But
I don't ever
yeah,
worry about foams. Most of the time, I'm changing tires often enough that a foam isn't going to deteriorate inside the tire anyway, so I don't even worry
I've
about it.
had one or two.
Now, my SCX6, on the other hand, those foams may be absolutely destroyed in those tires. I don't know. So I washed it a couple weeks ago, and I just realized that the batteries are still in it from June.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say those are trash.
They're not plugged in, but they're still in it.
They're in storage mode.
They probably have put themselves in storage mode. I don't know if those batteries do that or not, but
You're gonna find out.
yeah. I was gathering my chargers and batteries because the SCX6 has the Spectrum Smart G2 batteries in it. So I had to remember to grab the charger for that and the radio for the truck. And then I was like, where the hell are the batteries at? Like looking all over the place for the batteries, and then they're still in the truck.
This thing still came out a little chunkier, and I like that. I didn't weigh it yet officially, but it's got to be above 5, maybe 6 to 7.
I'm gonna need to put some brass on those axles to counterweight that heavy body.
I got the little. I think I have the beef patties or whatever in there.
Gross.
It's solid, whatever brass.
Yeah. Yep. Whatever. Man, my brain is already in Oklahoma. I don't think I'm gonna get, other than what I have to get accomplished. I don't think I'm gonna get anything extra accomplished in the next 2 days. I just realized I've been looking for this servo. I've been looking for this specific servo in my
And
electronics bins
that's right there.
for like a solid week and a half. It's in this truck. There it is. It's good. It's a good place for it. You know what? I might tomorrow, if I have extra time tomorrow, I may fiddle fart with this UTB 18 high-low and see if I can make this a driving vehicle to do some testing with down there. See if I can't break another drive shaft or something.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. This is a hard body. It was the Land Cruiser 80, and I cut nearly 2 inches out of the center. This thing was in like 12 pieces.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
custom well, it's not technically a custom hard body. It's just a hard body
Yeah.
because you didn't make it. But
Quotes. Air
yeah.
quotes.
Yeah, cutting it apart and putting it back together does not constitute making it. So, there's that. I don't think I'm very far off on this high-low, mini high-low. I'm gonna shorten the front of the frame rails to behind the servo so they don't get into the servo. That's one of the biggest issues I have is that the height of the front of the chassis is right at the servo. Like when it articulates, it hits the frame rails on both sides. So I'm gonna shorten the front of the chassis. I need to do some rear upper link hole location modifications. and then I need to do some bracing. So I don't think I'm super far off on this. I think probably an hour, hour and a half of pissing around, I could probably have this assembled. I made this while I assembled it. Yeah. That's bull. Points should be awarded for custom if you go that far with body fab. I somewhat agree with you. However, um, if you give people an inch, they will take a mile. And if you told people they could get custom points by cutting apart a body and gluing it back together,
Yeah, I can see where that immediately go.
yeah. At one point, when I was comping this Metal Masher, um, they gave custom. I had claimed custom hard body points, and the tech that was teching my truck in was refusing to give me custom hard body points because I did not make the body. But I promptly pointed out that it did not say anywhere in the rules that I had to make the body, just that the body had to be custom. And if anyone knows anything about a Metal Masher body, that is a goddamn custom hard body, period. But because I didn't make it, they didn't want to give me points for it. So I had to glue 5 more dollhouse points onto it somewhere else. I think it was 5 points, 3 points, 5 points, whatever it was. I had to glue some dollhouse points to it to point out, which was rather annoying. Yeah, I'll run my class 1 Hyrax tires on this. I've got this HK Hobbies ESC to put in this. Fart, I don't have a receiver.
Build it now. Build it now.
Well, I don't have I gotta cut a frame. Gotta cut a chassis. Do I have an old FlySky receiver for my old radio somewhere? I gotta look around for a receiver. I can pull the receiver out of my buggy, or I can find an old receiver for my old radio. I think I have one.
Look at all my direct power nonsense.
Yeah.
I think in
Single direct
today's
power.
day and age, man, I can't bring myself to doing BECs.
Nope.
Direct power, done.
Yep. I don't run BECs anymore. The only truck of mine that has a BEC in it is my SCX6 because of the Holmes servo that's in it is not a direct power. I have an SR315 laying around. That's not. I only run FlySky. I'll have to get on Amazon tonight and see if I can find a receiver for the Noble Pro that can be here by Wednesday.
Yeah, I thought I kind of lucked out that frame, man. That was perfect.
Yeah, definitely. As long as it is bolted together, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I think this HK Hobbies ESC is 4S capable, which if it is, that's a definite plus because I can run my little 4S packs. I'll have to double check that too because I don't want to fuck that up.
Ruin it. Ruin it.
Yeah. Harley, if you're still in here, is this HK Hobbies ESC a 4S? If anybody would know, he would know. HK is 4S capable. Nice. Noble receivers are on Prime on Amazon. Perfect. I will have to order one of those. Noble MB4 and Pro use the same receivers, correct? I have no idea. I'll have to get on there tonight. Hopefully I can have one by Wednesday. If I can't have one by Wednesday, I'll use my old radio. I'm sure I have a receiver around here somewhere. I think Rob gave me a couple of receivers. I need to find those. Where did I put those, Rob? They're probably still in the same place that I set them down when you were here when you gave them to me.
Rob's at home shaking his head right now.
Yeah, Rob's going like, I remember that. That was
Come
6 months
on.
ago. I really need to get a little bit more organized around this place. I started to with my plastic bins, but then you take things out of your bins and you set the bin down and you don't put the bin away, and then you end up with 5 bins on the bench that
You clean
then
the bin, aka you move stuff, and then
yes.
everything is not where you know it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so right now my bin with all my links in it has my uh, new Metal Masher cab and cage sitting on top of it, and then my bin that has the stock cage and whatnot for this has the bed and bed cage sitting on top of it. So those need to be all put away. And then there's a stack of tires on a bin that has a couple of axle housings and some guts in it. All that stuff needs to be put away.
I was told I should put a spare tire in the bed. This is a small tire. This tells you how useless this bed is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a 419 tire, isn't it?
I believe
Or a
so.
four.
4
Yeah,
point. It's a 4.4, so
yeah,
it's a little bit tall, but it's still like squeezing in there. It's pretty much useless. You can put it in one of those little sleeping bags or whatever, but that's it.
yeah. You know, put a duffel bag for 2 back there and call it a day. Oh,
Mhm.
speaking of duffel bag for 2, don't forget your blanket and pillows this year. Blankets and
Yeah.
pillows this year.
Um,
We were unaware last year that the cabins at Two Moms did not have blankets and pillows, so we were using our clothes as pillows and blankets.
super bums. We're
And
bumming.
also, the first night we were there, we did not realize there was a heater in there, and it was freezing ass
and
cold in
then
there.
and then once we found the heater, we left it on by accident during the day, and it was like an
Sauna
oven,
in
dude.
there.
I could have put some cookies in that room.
It was hot, which I was
Good
okay with
times.
because the night before was so damn cold. Scale crate, glue a bundle of sticks together. Yeah, you can do a scale milk crate or something.
Although if I do run this and what is it, modified or whatever, this is already pointed out, or it already reaches the minimal requirements.
Yeah,
This being a hard body.
yeah. What receiver do you need? I've got several for the GT3. If you can get Hippie to swing by and grab them, you can have them. You already gave me a couple for it. But that's what I need, but you've already given me a couple. I need to find them. Is the issue? I'm I'm positive I have some, but I need to find them. Shouldn't be that big of a deal, but I need to find them. Rob, you're always such a helpful guy. Look at you over here. Yeah, I do appreciate Rob quite a bit. Rob, Rob can rub people wrong if people don't understand Rob, but I love Rob. Rob don't take no shit, is what it is, and I like that because I don't like to take shit either.
Then sometimes being really nice wastes a lot of time. So if you're being a shithead, straighten you
Give
out
you
fast
yeah,
before you.
yes. If you're looking for sympathy, Rob ain't the guy,
Yeah.
but I like that. Gave you a bunch. Look by the C channel. I keep trying to steal. Yeah, and the C channel chassis was in the same spot on the bench as it has been for the last 6 months too. So that means if those receivers are where that was, they should be within arm's reach. Um, but I don't see them. So that means I likely moved them, which is super unfortunate because that means they're lost. Well, not lost, they're here somewhere, but it means I got to find them. I want to take a second to show you guys this little 280 revolver Holmes motor. It is such a cute little.
Hey, let me put that in my bed and see if I get a scale point.
So here's a standard water bottle cap. Just a regular water bottle cap. It's larger than the diameter of this motor. It is thicker, deeper than the mounting flange of this motor. Just a regular little water bottle cap. I'm here now. We can party. Perfect. Let's have a party. Yeah. So I bought this and I bought the 380 revolver. This is a 280, and I bought the 280 and the 380 when I pre-ordered the 18 scale Capra because I didn't know which one would fit. Turns out they both fit, but the 280 requires a pinion that's not a common pinion. So that's why I went with the 380 instead. Still trying to convince myself I need it, but Carl keeps talking me into an SCX6. I'll tell you what, Saturday night at the night run, come grab my SCX6 from me and drive it. And I guarantee you will buy it.
You think it's going to survive Friday night?
Yeah. I probably won't drive it Friday night. I'll probably drive this Friday night.
I mean, you don't have to drive it in order for it not to survive.
I did get it back broken last year, so.
Hey, the truck who jumps the furthest gets 2 pieces of pizza.
As long as it's not one of my trucks.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Whoever can
Yes.
jump Brett's truck the furthest gets an extra piece of pizza.
Yeah. Yes, Paul, you need to get to Oklahoma next year. It is a do not miss event for us. Yeah.
Paul, you've been saying that for like 4 years, man.
I'm going to try to straighten out some of this hood. It's pretty foobarred. So I'm going to try to straighten this out a little bit. This hood has been landed on, crashed on, rolled over on, put back to shape, and crashed again probably 5 or 6 times. But it's this truck's about past its prime now, so this is probably one of its last outings, I think.
Gonna reach cut the roof off and turn it into like a class 3 buggy status.
I mean, the thought has crossed my mind a couple of times to do something like that to it, but
That's the only thing I can think of with the FJ40. I'm just like, man, I should just. It's like one damaging roll down a hill because it's like perfect right now. It's like a couple little scratches, but man, if it like busted the roof off and the windshield, I'd be like, buggy time.
yep,
That's it.
time to go.
So I think the logical thing for me is to just give it a good home.
Probably not a bad call. So one of the nice things about the Metal Masher bodies is the fact that you can straighten them back out pretty reasonably. Now this hood this hood is still dirty, and it has been wrecked a lot of times, so it is a little stretched in some areas because metal does do that. But you saw what it looked like 45 seconds ago, and it's quite a bit straighter now.
That dumb guy says there's a knockoff aluminum tray on Amazon for the Tulo. I'd be curious to see it because that'd be kind of funny. I think that'd be like we don't sell like a ton of those, so I think whoever put in all that effort probably is going to be underwhelmed.
Although it's not super surprising because they've knocked off basically all of TGH's product at this point. I think the only thing they haven't knocked off yet is the Creeper T, which if they do knock off the Creeper T, it's going to be an issue for TGH because I think that's probably one of their higher volume selling products. And unfortunately, people will shop for the cheapest option possible.
I do need to put
How
this.
did you come across that? Did you just search too low or something to see it? If possible, send it to us in Facebook DM
Yeah,
or
let me check it
Instagram.
out. If I don't kick my camera over. I'm gonna grab the FJ40. I think I'll. If we got plenty of time, I might throw them. This is the front motor mount out of it.
Man, trying to get this truck clean is the hard part, because you can't really like scrub on this aluminum body without really tearing it up. I noticed last night Amazon had fake TGH 2.0 trans. Yeah, that started about a month and a half ago overseas, and they were on Alibaba for a while, so it didn't take long for it to make it to Amazon. So, but yeah, they are on Amazon now. But guys, please don't buy the fake shit. Just buy the original one. Buy the real one. Don't buy the fake knockoff shit. It doesn't help anybody. The only thing it helps is it potentially helps your wallet for a short period of time, but eventually the guys that have all this shit that gets knocked off are going to stop designing stuff or stop manufacturing stuff, and then the whole hobby will suffer. Whether a lot of people want to believe that or not, it's the simple fact that if all of our products get knocked off, we're going to stop making them. And these companies can't design their own shit. They can design enough to knock stuff off, but they can't design a functional product to begin with. So once all of us stop designing stuff, these Chinese knockoff companies aren't going to be able to do shit about it. And then those companies will go away, and then everybody will be back to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, at least for me anyway, I do this because it's fun. So
Yeah.
if no one supports it, it's no longer fun for me.
Right. I mean, at this point they've knocked off the 2.0 and the modular bumpers at least, and now you're saying that they've knocked off our accessory trays. It sounds like somebody has a vendetta against TGH almost, because they're going through their catalog clearly, but there's no pictures of our accessory mounts on TGH's site. They are on TGH's site, but there's no images of them, so that's a little strange. People will say they won't buy them and then still run knockoff VP wheels. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the worst part about it, is it just people. I understand that everybody's on a budget. Everybody has their own budget, but just save for another week or two. It's not. None of this stuff is critical. No one needs any of this stuff. That's the worst part about it, is no one needs any of this stuff. So trying to save a couple of dollars is like you didn't need it to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to clean this truck is the worst thing in the world, because you just can't. You can't push on it. You can't rub on it without bending it. I shouldn't have let it get this dirty to begin with. Speaking of wheels, Brett, yeah, exactly. This machine was running for 14 hours today making Banshee parts again. So, got to do what pays the bills. I mean, I know wheels will pay the bills too, but got to pay the bills. If I make his parts, I can pay his bills and my bills. Sent the link in Facebook. Thank you. I can't check it right now because I don't have my computer, but I will. I'll look at it as soon as we're done here. Super annoying that shit happens. The people that buy that shit usually have 10 rigs full of knockoffs. They could have 2 or 3 rigs with real parts. Yeah, and the unfortunate part is, even with like the Amazon chassis and stuff, I'm sure some of them work, but And a lot of times people that are new to the hobby will buy that stuff because they don't know any better. They don't know how much better a well-designed chassis works. So they buy them and they're happy with them because they work, but they don't know how much better it could be or should be. Just like we talked about a few weeks ago, the Chinese knockoff G-Speed chassis that had the skid plate angled the wrong way. Like, tell me you've never
Also,
been around a crawler before without telling me you've never been around a crawler before.
also, just try to message them. Hey, I'm having trouble setting this up. Let me know what they say back.
Yeah, you will never get a reply from them if you're asking questions about how to set something up or whatever. Yeah. And you won't have Injora will not be sponsoring your local comps, I promise. The higher price for higher quality is nice, but sometimes shit happens. Personally, I ran a brand new set of TGH box cars today, testing new mags, and the ring bolts came loose. You can always expect ring bolts to come loose the first time you run a set of wheels. Always. Hand tighten just a bit more and some thread stripped out. Now that I would email them about because that shouldn't happen. But you should always expect ring bolts to come loose. These Vanquish wheels are missing 2 bolts on that bead lock ring. The rear's missing 2 bolts on that bead lock ring. This one's missing 1 bolt on the bead lock ring. They come loose, and if you tighten them too tight, they strip or they break off, and then you're screwed anyway. So, another thing is the YouTube channels are strictly devoted to the Amazon builds and cheap stuff. That's another thing. So, like, there was a YouTuber, and he's still a popular YouTuber, and he's full-time YouTubing now, that a few months, probably a year ago, messaged us and asked us if we would donate a chassis to him. And at the time, he wasn't doing much crawler stuff. It was mostly basher stuff. And so we weren't super keen on it because it wasn't his audience. And he also wanted like a custom setup. He wanted a specific front axle and a different brand rear axle, and he wanted us to build him a kit basically. But anyway, the issue is now that basically that's what he does. He buys all these cheap parts and reviews and raves about these knockoff parts, and he's got a bunch of followers and a bunch of people watch his videos, and it just continues the cycle of shit like that. And again, like I said, these parts function. It's not that they don't function. If they didn't function, they wouldn't continue to sell. But
People buy it.
it could be better, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, a lot of this stuff, it's quite honestly, it's a design they probably got from last year's product. So if you got like me and you kind of stay on top of trends and what works, and so I mean, if you want to run last year's stuff,
Yeah. It was not RC review, but it's similar. It's like when when that dude in Poland or whatever copied the high-low, and then it wasn't shortly after that that there was an Amazon, an Alibaba version of the exact same thing. And he was like, "Man, they ripped off my chassis. They copied my shit." And it's like, "Man, you copied our shit to begin with. So why are you crying?" You know?
why so sad?
Yeah, why are you crying? You copied our shit to begin with, so now you got copied too. Fuck off. And at that point, the high-low was already 3+ years old, and we were already on version 2.5, and he copied the original version, which is now available on Amazon. Like, congratulations, you're 5 years behind.
Yeah.
Whatever. Crawler Canyon loves knockoffs. He always bitches about Proline and VP costs. Well, so he doesn't. It's hard to say that. he would never stock that stuff if no one bought it. I don't agree with him having any of that stuff in stock. I don't think he has much of it in stock anyway. Last time I was there, I don't recall seeing much of it, if any of it. So, and I highly doubt he's going to have knockoff TGH stuff in there. Now there is a company that has been in the hobby for a long time that just got a new location, and he posted up that he had ordered a bunch of these knockoff TGH parts. So it's unfortunate. Was it EXO? No, it was not EXO. Crawler Canyon is an old man that yells at clouds. Okay, well we must be talking about a couple of different Crawler Canyons, because Crawler Canyon in Illinois does not yell at clouds. Crawler Canyon on YouTube, maybe. That's a different person altogether. No, it wasn't EXO. It was BD Crawlers in Germany or Poland or somewhere over the pond. And he took the time to type out like a 5-paragraph message to me about how he didn't copy our stuff and this and that. And I was like, bro, we get messages every single day of people trying to set these chassis up, and they're sending pictures to us. And it took me 3 or 4 times of looking at a truck, looking at a bare chassis, roller, to realize it wasn't mine, because there was an extra hole here or an extra hole there. Like, if I had to do a 3 or 4 or 5 take to realize it wasn't my chassis, you copied it, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have some beginner parts, but I highly doubt he will ever have knockoff TGH stuff. YouTube Crawler Canyon, that's a totally different person. That's not who we're talking about. Crawler Canyon RC Park in Illinois is who we're talking about. Which, that's Carl, and Carl's a fantastic person. Carl will give you the shirt off his back if you need it. So,
if I don't prep for the weather up there, I very might as well have to get the shirt off of his back.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the weather forecast changed for Oklahoma, and it's back to mid-70s and sunny.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
what did it
much
change?
better.
What was it last week?
Like 3 days ago, it was calling for like 60s and rain.
Oh.
Yeah. Which would have been unfortunate because it's 50s and raining here. So
I remember my second year going to Crawpalooza. I show up, set my camp up right in front of Hogan's. Whatever the main house where Cody and everyone was. I'm making eye contact with Cody as I walk up to the house because I just set up my whole like awning tent on my truck, and then it starts pouring, and I'm like, well, now I'm on the porch of the house, and I look over at my truck, and my awning room is sagging, and then just collapses. I'm like, dude.
Crap.
I'm like, dude. Me and Cody just like look at each other. I'm like, dude, I've been here like 20 minutes into this 4-day week, and my whole like awning room is just slumped over, leaning against my truck. And I'm like, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I bought that brand new 10x20 canopy and took it to Badlands and set it up and put screw-in augers and strapped it down. I'm like, I'm not ruining a tent this year because I lost 2 the year before. Like, I'm not having this tent ruined. It's brand new. I just opened it. And it wasn't even windy out. And I go up to registration, and then I go to tech. So I was going like an hour and a half. I come back, and it's the center top of it's all sagged down and leaning to the side. I'm like, what the hell? And I go inside of it, and one of the arms is broken inside.
No.
I'm like, come on, seriously? It wasn't even windy. So Thursday of last week, I set it up inside the shop here, and built a new arm because this one is supposed to be one piece and it's now multi-piece. This is what broke. So that was cool. Had to build a new one. Shorts and hoodies, and yeah, it's definitely going to be hoodies in the morning.
Yeah.
By 10 o'clock, you'll be shedding the hoodies and sweating. As soon as the sun hits the rocks, you'll be shedding the hoodies.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if they're the rock garden area, there's no shade.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, it wasn't even oops. I was more mad than anything because I said it wasn't windy. I had it anchored down. There was no reason for it to break, and I come back and it's broken. I'm like, that's super fucking cool. So yeah, I made a new. I went to Lowe's and bought a piece of steel and just made new ones. Off to film the news. Gonna be spicy. I will watch it first thing tomorrow.
Hot wings.
Yeah, are you doing hot ones? That's an idea, Josh. You could. That's an idea for the Tuesday Vanquish live streams. Just do it like Hot Ones style, where you guys just eat progressively hotter wings until you tell us company secrets. Whoever loses has to tell a company secret. RC Tubers hotness, yeah.
Tubers of hotness, RC.
TRX forgery, yeah. I'm in any excuse to eat hot wings. Yeah, I went to Hooters for lunch today. I had wings. It's pretty good.
The moment I think I've achieved like a finer taste in foods, I see hot wings. I'm like, yeah, give me those.
Yep, I need that.
Like, oh, I can't be eating crappy foods. What, hot wings? Did someone say hot wings? Let's go.
Yeah, I can't eat fried food. I need to be healthy. Wings? I'm in. Armageddon jerky. I think I tried that once. I think I tried that one time. It's hot.
You got any of those sour candies?
Yeah, I'll bring them.
Yeah. If you can put 3 in your mouth and eat them, you get an extra piece of pizza. Everyone's just gonna be trying to get extra pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a bag of them. There's not as many as it sounds like, and there's probably 10 plus. I'm fondling a bag of balls. There's probably 15 of them in there, I'd say. If somebody can eat all 15 of them, you get a swift high five.
You get a high five and a picture.
Yeah.
I'm not responsible for any dental
Yeah,
surgeries after that.
Oral surgeries, yeah.
Yeah. I do.
I had wings. I had wings and onion rings for lunch. Super good. Hooters onion rings are really good. I don't normally like or normally eat onion rings, but their onion rings are pretty good.
I feel like I'm doing this the hardest way possible. I'm trying to eat time, man.
You're just trying to put the Ford motor mount back in that?
Yeah. Which
that's still on a C1 trail chassis, isn't it?
Yeah, no, this was never designed for this.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not meant to have a Ford motor mount.
All this wing talk, dude. I'm hungry now.
Go get some.
If I order them now. Oh wait, yeah. What the heck?
You can DoorDash them right now.
DoorDash.
Should I make a tonneau cover for the back of this? I'm tired of. When I first built this, I was in a rush, and I just cut a big old rectangle out of the middle of the bed for the shock hoops, and I can't stand seeing that hole in the middle of the bed. So I was thinking about making a tonneau cover for it.
It would have to be out of the finest leather.
It'd have to be out of the finest craft foam I have on my bench.
The finest craft foam. Leather or craft foam? What do the people want?
Yeah. I almost
They're gonna
lost
pick.
this. I almost lost this truck at Crawlapalooza last year. I think I know you know, but I had precariously driven this truck up to an edge along the river that flows through the main spillway, and it was rather high up. It's probably 25, 30 feet off of the water, on the edge of the water, or on the edge of the rock. And I was reaching to get my phone out of my pocket, and I had my radio around my neck on a lanyard. And I reached to grab my phone, and when I pulled my phone out of my pocket, I hit the trigger on the radio in reverse, and it went off the edge and landed sideways on another ledge down, like probably 5 feet down. But I thought for sure that it was gone. As soon as it hit the trigger, it went shoom right off the back, right off the ridge.
That's
And I
what you
thought it was
get for
gone
doing
forever.
4S.
This truck's only 3S, but
Oh,
yeah, I thought it was gone for good. Hobby Lobby bro, the faux leather vinyl ain't bad. Just got to peel off the backing layer, get thinner, and lose the white, or just dye it with RIT. I ain't got time for that. I think I have a fake leather binder here somewhere, like paper binder. I can just peel the cover off of that, like a date calendar thing somewhere. I think it's in the cabinet up front with all my service manuals.
You're making that too complicated now.
Yeah, I probably won't even do it. If I put a tonneau cover on it, you won't be able to see all the badges of honor stickers all in the bed, all the Axial Fests and events that it's been to.
Are you tearing up thinking about all the events?
No, my nose is stuffing up for some reason. Anyway, if it works, it works, right? Yeah, exactly. At one point, I had made a tonneau cover for it because there was an event that had to have the shock hoops covered that I went to. They didn't want protruding shock hoops into the bed, so I just put a tonneau cover on it, called it a day. I don't remember what event that was. Maybe I was planning on going to that event, didn't end up going, but I know I made a cover for it at one point. That was years and years and years ago. I think I started driving this truck in 2018. Built it and started driving it in like 18, so it's got some miles on it. It takes a long time to break in these MTRs the way they broke in, feathered in. About done?
Nope, I'm milking this. What am I gonna do after this? Just sit here?
Eat wings.
Eat wings. The wings I've not ordered. On a diet.
These tires are very well broken. They're actually probably about 30% gone.
I wish I didn't. I don't know what I did with the crawlers I had. They're almost like legit rock crawler. Like the sides are just shaved.
Smooth.
And the outer lugs are just rounded off. I
Yeah.
don't know what I did with those. I think I had Perp Mart narrow those also. They're cool tires.
I'd like to get a hold of those pins you had him do.
Huh, yeah, me too. Just had to bring those up.
I don't know where they're at now, do you?
Yeah, the ones I let someone borrow.
And then got sold?
And then got sold and then got cannibalized into.
Oh, that's right. They got cut up, didn't they?
You knew exactly what.
No, I didn't. I forgot.
Now I'm getting mad again.
I forgot about that. I forgot they got cut up again.
Oh, it's not just any guy.
I know who it is now. I forgot. forgot.
I didn't.
My bad, dog. Anyway, okay. Well, I'd like to have a set of pins made,
I
but
like those tires.
without voodoo parts.
Those tires are cool.
The only tires I have left are that set of 6 Class 0 crawlers that are going on the new Masher truck. I've got a set of Class 1 uh, Braven Berserker tires, the Pitbull Berserkers. These MTRs, a set of trenchers, and a set of Hyraxes. 2 sets of Hyraxes. That's all I got left. I sold everything else. Everything's on wheels except the Class 0 crawlers because I don't know what wheels I'm going to run on that truck yet. Probably some Method 310s, if I had to guess, because I like those wheels. Oh, no, that's gone.
What? That screw?
Yeah, that screw you just dropped, it's gone.
I wanted it gone. It was too long.
Oh,
Bear will find it. He'll put it in my magnet tray. I've trained him to do that now.
yeah, sure. I bet he will.
The magnet tray, aka the poo bag.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's in here? Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
There's an M3x16 screw. Cool.
If you get free hardware with your order, you know where it came from.
I did see one person messaged asking what the hell the thing was that you included in an order.
Oh, was that recently? I think I've
Yeah.
only done that with like 3 orders right now.
Yeah.
I put a tag in it.
Yeah,
Did
he
you-
took a picture. He took a picture.
Oh.
took a picture of it still in the packaging. I wanted to reply, read the tag, but I didn't reply.
Does it smell? No, it's a rock.
Yeah.
The fossil, man. That thing, that's the oldest thing in the mail, probably.
Other than the mail carrier that delivered it,
No.
I've got this old dude.
Possibly.
I've got this old dude that every now and then he must have a bad hip or a bad knee or something because every now and then he'll pull up out front and just honk his horn. And like I'll go out there and he's like, "I got a piece of mail for you."
It's like, I'm not even
Motherfucker.
getting out of this.
Yeah, he just pulled up out front and honked his horn. I'm like, "What the hell?" I go out there and it was just like a junk mail, like
Oh,
just like a cardboard mailer from someplace. I'm like,
come
really?
on.
Like you made me come out here for a piece of junk mail?
I think whoever buys this at Crawlapalooza, I'll throw in some actual shocks instead of these old man emu fronts. There's nice drabs in the rear. I was just after that stock or that factory look.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pull those emus off it. Or just give them something else with it.
Yeah. This thing's cool, man. I custom made. Well, this truck's like all designed just for this body.
Yeah. Well, we got about 10 minutes left. So at any point,
the pressure's on, man.
At any point in the next 10 minutes, I could lose my headphones. So I'm back to the AirPods this week for the only reason is because I don't have the other ones here. So I left my laptop at home. I left my backpack at home is what it is, and it has my laptop and my headphones and a couple other things in it that I normally carry with me at all times.
Just tell them you have it all packed for the trip. They're like, "Dang, Brett's so responsible. Look at him planning ahead."
I even forgot the thing that can put holes in people if needed. I don't even have that with me today. I feel super naked here.
A belt hole.
Yeah, hole punch. Forgot my high velocity hole punch.
High velocity.
I have other high velocity hole punches here, but I'm missing the one that I normally carry with me.
I'll tell you what I am gonna grab. I was gonna be extra late today. I was gonna unpackage these freaking little harness handler tabs I made live. Everyone would enjoy that 100%.
Yeah. Still trying to get the 6x6 together for this weekend. If I have any trucks there, it'll be the 6x6. Everything else I have is either broke or tore apart. Well, you've only had a year. You only had a year to fix it, fix everything.
He's on the Jason May program.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was not a Boy Scout.
Full names. I'm mentioning full names out here.
Yeah. No, I was not a Boy Scout. However, the med kit is in the Jeep, and the hole punch that stays in the Jeep is in the Jeep. So it's not that I'm without things. I just don't have the things that I normally have. I have multiple hole punches that live in multiple locations at all times. I'm never without. I just don't have the one on my hip.
Did you used to be a secretary?
No. Nope. Nope.
Oh,
sure,
I get what's going on.
Yeah.
Work for the school system at any point.
If it doesn't get fixed the night before, did you really work on it? Probably not.
It's true. Look at me planning ahead. I was for certain that rap and all that stuff wasn't gonna. I thought you were gonna bring it with you. I was like, man, we're gonna be throwing. We're gonna be. I'm glad you didn't, because there is other stuff on there that would have been very challenging to do at the event.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been functional for sure. But I was like, it is what it is. I had a verb shift in here. Keyword there is had.
Yeah, I had. It's like I had extra receivers sitting around here somewhere, but
yeah.
I have a little purple screw standoff, but I don't have receivers. You know what? Those receivers might be over there. Beetle body. Trail walker body. What the hell was this thing called? Utron body.
I'm glad I went the way of the chopped up 80 body. So I was gonna use one of those Utron or whatever bodies. But I think that thing's pretty chonky, right?
It's a very big body.
The forward weight bias on this thing is so wild.
SCX10 Pro bumpers. I sold both the Pros, but I have a bumper parts tree. I have all the parts to build an SCX10 Pro trans and a bag of skeletons, but apparently not any receivers. A couple of bags of hardware I was looking for. This is wheel hardware, M2.5. I was looking for this bag of hardware the other day. It was underneath the Utron. What are these? M3 by 10s. Those don't look like M3.
We're good to go.
Cool. Get her done, 51.
Oh, that thing's cool.
Ugly. That body's called ugly.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this. I was like, all right, who said it?
Talking about the Utron.
That's what I thought.
It's like classic. It is not the most beautiful body I've ever seen, but I think if you removed the black painted fender flares, if you did a proper wheel arch trim to match a 475 tire and potentially pinched the rear, you could make this look much better than it does. I think with probably 20 minutes worth of work, you could increase the looks of that body by 65%.
Sound like a personal trainer.
Yeah. The bed area, you have your 4.3 that barely fits in your high-low bed. This is a J Concept Scorpio 2.2. It is a very, very large tire, and it fits in the bed of the U-Tron. Like, very well. Like, with room to spare.
It's a big bed.
It's a huge bed. And this is a
Would be
very large
supply
tire.
with that
This is
thing.
a 5 point, what is this, 5.75? Hyrax, the 2.2 is 5.75. And it fits in the bed of the U-Tron with room to spare. So that tells you how big. It's probably 5.5 inch wide bed. It's rather large. I'm hoping I can take the Ugly Duckling Award with my shitbox Datsun. Well, you're going to have to compete against this, which won the Ugly Duckling Award last year. So, yeah, good luck. When is the Class 1 Leafer chassis dropping? You'll have some of them at Crawlapalooza, will you not?
Yeah, I think I have a couple. They are pre-production, so there's a couple differences you'll see, but nothing too substantial. But I'll have a couple. It's best to get there early because they're probably just going to be swooped up.
Yeah.
I'll fight the team drivers off of them if somebody wants them.
Yeah, but otherwise, if you're not going to Crawlapalooza, probably a couple of weeks after that.
Yeah.
Just to get final feedback from people, and if there's any issues or whatever.
Yeah.
We've already beta tested it or alpha tested it, so we'll get the beta testers to give us feedback on it, and then after that it'll be available. Nope, just lost a headphone.
I think you got that right on cue, man.
Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes left. Usually the right side that goes first. Left one went first this time. So anyway, we got 3 minutes left for the night. Yeah, all pending orders should be shipped by Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, and then we will be not shipping anything for the rest of the week until Monday or Tuesday of next week, and because we'll be at an event. So if you are going to Crawlapalooza, make sure you stop by and hang out with us for a little bit. Friday night we'll have pizza. Saturday night we're doing a night run.
Yeah.
And it's always a good time. Even if don't buy it, you don't have to buy anything. Just hang out and bullshit and talk and bring your trucks over. Show us your trucks. We can help you to tweak and tune and do whatever. It doesn't matter. So just come hang out and say hey.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice change of pace.
What FJ is that? This is the Element U-Tron body. So yeah, anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here tonight before my other headphone dies. We only got 2 minutes left anyway. So thanks everybody for joining us. We should be back next Monday, assuming both of us make it home from Crawlapalooza in time. And
Yes.
yeah. So we should be at Crawlapalooza Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. So
yeah,
make sure to come find us. I don't know what cabins we're in at Two Moms, but we're at Two Moms Campground. So it can't be hard to find us. No, the other one. What other one? What other FJ? Oh, Wesley's FJ.
Oh, talking about this one. This is a FJ40 old RC 4-wheel drive body. Do they still make it? I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
Don't shop too much.
I don't know. I never looked for it to begin with, so.
Yeah, I'll have it at Crawlapalooza. If you're gonna be there, come check it out.
Ryan probably won't be there, but so at any rate, thanks for everybody for checking in. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Later.
See you guys later.